Okay, my popular demand show the snake edge, which is a position that I've been working on for a few years. What do you say to this? He's a trading. I met that when he was brand new. So, anyways, keep it back. Okay, we're gonna go to a leg drag in this position. So we're gonna review the leg drag really quick. When you do a leg drag, I like to have a shelf and kind of put my with my thighs, a shelf with his knee, and so I can lock him down. If I punch my fist into the pants grip and straighten my arm, it locks his hips pretty good. The only kind of way he can turn is turning away from me. But if I control his shoulder, I can slow him down. And if I just drop to my knees, I get to a really nice pass. But this is like a final pit stop before I get to the pass. You can even get it with the one knee down. But the most important thing is to straighten your arm so that his leg is stuck. You don't want to just hold him like this. Well, then you kind of like, if it's stronger, his leg is going to be stronger than your arm. But if your arm is straight, it has a little bit more power and can hold someone pretty good because you're using a structure instead of your muscle. We're gonna basically get to a leg drag and do that. Have you guys done this before? Leg drag? This shelf, pretty easy, right? So we're not gonna go into too much to that. We're gonna get there by many ways, but the snake edge essentially is from a position that is a little bit better than 50-50. We're in the 50-50 or even, or we're a mirror. If I create a little bit of space with the hole in the middle by hooking my instep into his hip, this little pocket is created. I can grab my own foot if I'm not flexible and throw my heel in. And I hook it right here. So I'm using this to push his leg away while putting kind of like a trap onto his instep. And that makes this this whole configuration stuck. I'm in way better leverage because I can disengage anytime I want. He's stuck. Especially if his leg is longer than mine. His leg is shorter than mine. He has a little bit more loose play and trying to get out. But if they're longer, this totally works for me. When you train a knife, pick someone who have the same kind of like leg length as you, or else it's going to be a little bit hard to control. So once I get this, I'm going to trap the other leg. I can hit the foot lock here. I go for other leg position, but this is down points, and I need a good pass to use the leg. I can start working on that leg drag by grabbing onto the pants, punch, right? And I'm gonna lean back, and I'm gonna start bringing it over my thigh, and I'm gonna start locking it down to the shelf. With my other hand, I have to go for that arm, either now or later, but I needed my elbow to basically do like a typical stand up. If I can just reach here and grab his sleeve, I can do it. So I'm doing both technical stand up and a little bit of a kick. I get to my elbow. This leg is not to be like pointing your toes out, and then I can kick them. I can go around to a leg with like squirrel. Or sometimes you just spin the guy and not go to the leg drag itself. Let the grips work. So there's many ways to get into this position, but the most basic one is from 50-50. Just open your hip to the left side. Create a little space and throw your heel. Yeah, and then kind of just lock him in. If I hold this like this and hold his other leg, David's gonna have a really hard time trying to get out. He can roll, whatever, but he's really stuck. To bring the leg to the other side, I'm gonna straighten my body. Get the grip, straighten my body, and then just shelving it. Right? I can face in this and get the shelf, and I'm hunting for a grip. Because I don't want to drag him and not have something to hold on. Right? So elbows is great. I can get to my elbow from here. I have to technical stand up with my elbow because my hands are gripping his sleeve, right? I can get all the way up if I need to. Maybe an arm bar is here. Very quick. It's like that pass. 3 points, right? Usually when I get there, I'll combine it with like another move, like maybe throw some guy in the air, trying to arm bar him or something good. I just get in this position a different way, completely. But you can probably get it from ability, but we'll do that a little bit later. So, foot lock. This foot lock here is threatening. If you have a good foot lock here, it will work. You can switch it to all that new fancy stuff from here too, right? But this is a lock, and he's in. Drop back, shelf to the leg. Typical stand up, grab the arm, or vice versa. The first version is probably more secure. The second one, right? By grabbing the arm leg. Okay? So one more time, 50-50. turn in. Put your knee to the ground, create a little space, and hip out, but don't lose the whole thing. Just here, and then the outside leg is gonna go in the middle, and then just cook the thigh. Like Xing your leg like an X guard style, it make everything stuck in. And then you take this because this is escape route. If you don't have this, you're gonna shimp away and you lose everything. And then drag, and then look for a sleep. Maybe he's far back, you just hold this till you grab something. And then build your base up, get to your elbow. And then get ready to do a shrimp. A technical stand up. Pack your foot down and then just drag your left leg back. Hit you. And then with this. That shoot the drag. If you do this from the bottom, you get a sweet banana pass. So, any questions? You guys want to try? 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of white belts in the room, or even purple belts. So you guys might not know how to do a toe hold. You don't know how to do a toe hold? I don't want to go over it because, it's a toe hold and it takes a while. But you can keep on going for this leg drag because A, it's safe, and B, it's legal for your division if you decide to compete. But toe holds, they're kind of dangerous. You have to do it kind of fast. If you do the snake edge, I think you have more play with it. You can take your time. It's not like a snap to hold, like a control one, which is why I like the position. But I show the leg drag first because there are some people you can't hold. They just have weak legs. So if you're dealing with that, drag and trying to come up and pass their guard and choke them, But we're gonna enter the same position but backward and different. Okay. So it's the same how we end up. But let's say David likes to play De La Riva, which probably most people like to do. They're gonna throw this in. If you actually look at it, we're in the snake edge halfway already. Okay. I'm gonna bring his instep to my other hip. Maybe I'll sit down and I just make sure his instep rests where my belt is at the other hip. And then I'm gonna bring my foot over his hip to the 50-50, right? And here we are, we're in the same position. So you can hit this position on top or bottom or neutral. Once we're here, of course, if he has a grip, I don't want it. Just break it. I'm still gonna control that leg. If you want to do the leg drag, everything is the same. I just bring everything over and come up. But if I want to do a toe hold, I'm gonna use this outside arm to wrap up his calf, and I'm gonna toe hold with my left hand. So I'm gonna spin like upside down. So now my belly button is gonna point down to the ground before I roll. So here, I can even drive this knee across, right? And I'm gonna start grabbing him like this, punching it through and just pinching against my rib. And then I'm gonna roll over my shoulder. Once I roll over my shoulder, he is stuck here, unless I let him go. It's completely stuck. If you're the same side, just completely stuck. Kind of get out there, it's pretty gnarly. And then I can just search for his leg, and then I can just grab him by the end of the toe, toe hold. I like to slide my rear naked choke to the back of the the heel, and then I grab like almost like a rear naked choke. And then I bring the heel up as I bring the toes down, and if I can get a bend in the knee, that'd be even better. So I'm just choking and choking. This gives me a lot of time. I don't have to do it fast because I'm controlling his hips so well. This is why when I do this toe hold, it's safer rather than just diving for a toe without controlling the other person's hip. Then you have to kind of like race for time. But with this one, if I can just bring his knee bend, I have a really good bite on his other hip. So I took away his escape. And I can take my time here and I have a nice controlled submission rather than rushing and risking it coming. So this is okay, but a lot of time beginners aren't allowed to do this move, especially in the gi. I started developing this when I was able to do it in brown belt. So before that, I had like a terrible toe. Anyways, it's one of the only upper leg submission you can do in the gi. So you might as well kind of start playing with it. If it's not legal, then you can leg it. So here, I'm gonna dive before I roll. Right, my shoulder is ready to roll. When I roll, he's stuck. If his leg is bent, I got it. Right? I can slide up, rear naked choke, Lift his heel up as this one cuts down. I can use my shoulder and my core with the heel. So I can enter it from here. We're gonna go into daily hero. I just drop right into it, into this fake combat base position. And then I can fall to my hip so I can have the balance to throw my foot over his hip. Like I said, if you have shorter legs, it's good for you in this position that you're training partner. Your longer leg will get tangled. I immediately want this, because if David wants to escape, he starts shrimping away. Yeah, I'm losing everything. I'm pulling back. Okay, I can leg drag or foot lock, straight foot lock, kind of threatening, but the most devastating one is this rolling toe, right? There's a more devastating version of a toe. You grab the heel and use your forearm to clamp down on the juice. But this regular one should work. The great benefit is to give you the control to use the right shoot. One more time. Get heel, right? I'm gonna shove the top knee so that my hip cache goes inside. Right. Which again, same as I go down. Sometimes you can even do it when he's sweeping you. Like he's gonna sweep you, right? Right now. It's control. It's actually very good. So this, I developed this because I hate bear and bowler. I get it. Even if he's bear and bowling you, right? Like he's going for it, and I start looking what he hit. Great.
This guy. Working.
So it's a good counter to that system. But you can also hit it in 50-50. And also come just a straight angle line. I'm going to show that that big square. One more time. Here,
50.
with your hip, onto the instep, and then lace the foot over. In the snake edge. Foot lock is here, but it's not very strong. Leg drag is here. And then I close it. Okay? 2, 3. Okay, we're gonna, same thing, another entrance. Okay? So if you get this vocal stroke, the vocal message down in this getting beat up or 50-50. 50-50 is useful because if someone's gonna take their back, sometimes you end up there. Personally, that's that. But I don't know, I find myself there a lot when they try to take my back. And there's a Hiva, is important to a lot of your place. But sometimes you can force a position rather than waiting for the position to come to you. Or you can be that with just regular, traditional fringe. So anytime you're on top or bottom, you can go for a straight angle lock. And then the newer way of doing straight ankle lock is just take the outside leg and you wrap it like they call this like a shallow thing or something.
What are they call this?
I don't know, whatever, right? And then they like to put this foot over. Before it was like this.
Yeah.
But now everything is this, and this works well with this series. I'm gonna go like almost belly down, but it's just a trick. Because I can be taking it out and spinning into the snake edge where we're at. So once I'm here, I grab the leg and keep going. But it's basically you're doing like almost like a knee bar spin, and then you can just keep on spinning. So around the corner and center right. Also, one with this one, straight block, drag, forward, strap, straight block. Side, pull.
And this one?
Okay, so it's like rad. You gotta bring your hips over like you're going from like a belly down straight ankle. You want your foot on the inside of the leg, you don't want to be on top. It's gonna be the starting piece once you step around. Make sure that the instep is the outside. Okay?
Sure.
Once you're here, I like to create tension immediately. Because with this against your own hip, you kind of stop a little bit. But it's not very secure until you get two more grips, right? One is your own step on this hip, Once you're here and your knees are together, back. You have no control. Your knee needs to spread. Now there's tension in the lie. Because one way to escape now is to strip away with this hitch. That's when you grab it immediately. Start adding a tap. Maybe he slips out. You can go ahead and straighten lock this leg and go back to system on the other side. Nice. Here. Now extend to this side. Down here there. So maybe he has to drill. Because this is how to get here, switching from one side to the other. About one bend. Whichever side you grab onto, straight into this funky position that looks very similar to each other, but you can disengage whenever you want. That's 1, 3. Just shake your legs. Here you go. So, here. She kind of want to get out. But if he wants to get out, I'm here. Okay, stay up. So you need this. That, this element, right? But the tension comes from opening up your knee. People that are kind of familiar with this position, they learn how to push their knee together. You just put you just go into the snake edge, flat on. So you have to open up your leg like an X. I'm going to do like X on the bodies and create a lock sticker. Of course, I actually let it right behind. Come up, you can stand. Go to the guy here on my board. So, that's a good 1, 2. 1. Yeah, so we're gonna enter it from straight edge. 1, 2. This one goes this shallow outside look. Kind of outside going to apply tape here. Then I can put my knees. This foot is in the inside, because I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna bring my hip to the outside. I'll put a instep. And make sure that this leg comes out. Mirroring, pinwheel, now I think about it. Then I have to grab the knee, so get out, bear with it. Then the rest. Okay? 1, 2, 3.